What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? Give me a moment, because I'm off to see the wizard. The wonderful Wizard of Oz. Because. Hi, Chocolate. Because of the wonderful things he does. Kira. Hello. I'm looking for something. However, it feels like it's a tomorrow problem. So I guess I'm going to make it a tomorrow problem. There's enough problems for today. You know, at work, I forgot the person that I am when I have in-person jobs. I'm the person who tells everyone to relax. Now, you can take my advice accordingly, because you might have something that you're not able to relax for. However, I say the same thing to everybody. I'm like, that last call that you have to make, that last email that you have to send, that final thing that you have to say in that conversation, I promise you that it's still going to be there tomorrow. And I say that to myself. That's probably why I say it to others, because I also say it to myself. Okay. Hi, Shanna. How are you doing? I don't really have anything specific to talk about because there's nothing really new. I always check my sources just a little bit when I finish work before I get on a live. And the only thing that I've really seen is Morgan decided that she was not going to use the power of veto as expected, because using the power of veto would have meant that she would have had to put up Vince as a replacement nom, and she's not going to do that. I think that this is one of those like Jag Matt type of situations where, despite the fact that Jag taking Bowie Jane would have been the thing that just guarantees that he probably takes it unanimously, taking Matt was just almost just as good, because his story, his gameplay storyline was a lot better than Matt's. And I think that for a lot of reasons, she has a lot of arguments to make against Vince. Do I think she's cutthroat enough to do it? I don't know. People surprise you sometimes. Like, I didn't expect Michael from season 24 to make such a cutthroat speech when he was on the block, sitting next to Brittany, but he threw her under the bus. He drove the bus over her, and then he reversed it, and then he drove it back over her again, reversed it, and parked it, and left the bus on top of her body. So you never know. But I think that she probably would argue her points in a nicer way with Vince, and I think that would still be good enough to win anyways. Hi Jake. Hi MJ. I'm doing so. Just left the doc's office. I hope it's nothing out of the ordinary. I kind of have a headache myself. Today was an interesting day, but I'm so looking forward to the fact that in the next in the next week from Friday, which would be 6 work days, I'm only working 3 of them because I'm going to be vacationing for my birthday. I mean, I can't even really call it vacationing, but I'm going to be on a vacation to an extent. I'm going to Boston this weekend, and then I'm going to Canada next week. I'm done with, hold on a minute. The chat loaded finally. Hi, Ma. Just hand Morgan the dang money. It's gonna happen in 4 days. Take some ibuprofen. I might do that when I get home. I'm so done with this year. I'm disgusting. LOL. I voted for Rachel. I voted for Rachel and Will. Those are my two people that I voted for. I'm gonna practice my French horn. Shanna is here. Bye. Why are you saying bye? Who are you? First of all, no offense. I'm just literally asking who you are because I don't know. And why would you leave because Shanna is here? Right, Ma. LOL. Yes, vote for Will. Will for AFP. I got some cool stuff today. Do y'all have Ross stores in your areas? I think it's ROSS. Do y'all have the store Ross in your area? Because I went in there for the first time. There's one by my job. And people have kept talking about how good of a store it is, but I'm not saying that it's... The store gives TJ Maxx to me, except with less options. It's either gonna be Rachel or Keanu. I feel like Rachel deserves it for the screw job that she got. That's why. I deleted whatever that was with swiftness. I don't know what it was. I'm gonna look at it in a second. They exist, but I've never been. I love Ross. I mean, like, it wasn't bad, but I prefer like a Burlington. Burlington is probably my go-to store, but I miss Century 21. I'm gonna show y'all when I stop the car what I bought. Let me see. He said, "Hey little monkey, why are you on the phone?" Well, that was creative and original. It is a more affordable. Maybe I just haven't looked through it enough to see everything in there, but I don't know. I think I am gonna buy myself some ibuprofen because I have been having these migraines and they have not been making me feel good. I voted for Ashley. Well, I like Ashley. But I just feel like if it wasn't for the way that Rachel got out, I would probably vote for somebody else. But it's just like the way that she got out and the fact that for me, the entertainment value of the season went down so much after she got out. But that's just me. Ashley would probably be the next person. I might throw her a couple of votes. Who knows? The time, there's still time, I think. I voted for Ashley. Will, 1 vote. Jimmy. Nikki, because she's hot and I can't help it. That's funny. The house said Ava would get AFP. The house is so off. That's the whole interesting thing. Is like the house is not aware That's one thing the house is not aware of. I mean, I think people still like Ava, but it's just they don't AFP like Ava. Oh, this headache is bad. Same Mark. My votes all went to Rachel. LOL. All of you who are on here right now, well, first of all, the like button. Please hit the like button, because I see 12 people here and 2 likes. So the math definitely is not mathing. Please hit the like button. Likes are free. Likes help boost my position in the algorithm. And that's it. Likes keep me going. Likes keep the lights on in the building. Yeah, the 30-second ad thing is annoying, but expected. Expect the unexpected. I'm one of the 2. Thank you for being one of the 2. All right. There's something else I was gonna say. Let me see what this other comment was. Oh, that was the only comment. Let me see. No, sorry. Oh, it's because you hid the comment and then hid the comment and then hit it again. What did this one say? Yeah. Fair. Dago. Goodbye. I know the next comment was going to be stupid, so I just deleted in advance. Just anticipating the stupid comment. All right. Water. How have y'all days and weeks been going? It's Wednesday. How has your day gone? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. How was today? How was the week as a whole? Mine has been interesting as always. Interesting AF. It's my day started with somebody getting their phone stolen at work. This is the 3rd stolen phone since I have been at that particular job. But this is the first time. What is he doing? This is the first time that we actually found one. So I feel like I accomplished something today. Not that I found it, but I feel like my efforts contributed to it being found. I have not been hydrating. This water, I think, is really the first water that I've had all day. Kira, if you're the same Kira from my music and mental health page, I knew that you had a birthday around mine. But happy birthday in advance. Monday would be, today is the 24th. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. What is that, the 29th? Is Monday the 29th? I think so, right? I have a friend that has a birthday on the 29th. My birthday is coming up on 10/2. I'm going to do my traditional birthday live. I mean, I've been doing Q&A, but that's kind of boring. It's not. I mean, if you guys think it's not boring, I'll do Q&A again. But I might do like a birthday game night or something, because I've always thought that would be kind of cool, doing a game night on my YouTube. And there's all kind of ways to do it, I think. I would just have to plan it out a little bit, so it can't really be a freestyle like I've typically done, but I'll figure something out. But Kira, are you for the same person from my other channel? Because I'm pretty sure you are. And what are you doing? Oh, you're going to New York. That's what's up. I always feel like New York would be a lot cooler for me if I was visiting versus me living here. Because, like, I feel like living in New York is super stressful. I'm excited for fall break next week. Happy Spirit Journey Formation Anniversary. Still more than I have. Thank you, Ma and Mark. My birthday is September 29. Okay, so I did have it. I promise you my brain works much faster when I'm not on this thing. But when I'm on live, it takes me longer to process. Should I go into the CVS? Yes or no? The headache is telling me yes. Poor timing. Okay, where's my Ross bag? So I can kill two birds with one stone. Right? Oh, this bag. So, I don't usually care about matching brands with brands. However, I recently just got these shoes from Burlington Coat Factory. Let's see. Kicks. Which I don't know why I keep them in my car. I'm going to remove them from my car tonight. But I got these. These were on sale. $27 at TJ Maxx. Then simple. It's just a t-shirt. It's just a Hilfiger t-shirt. But I'm going to get like you know, if I could find this is such a Mark thing to think of, but if I could find a pair of mustard pants to go with those, to go with the shoes, because you would think that you could match with it, white, navy blue, but I would be the guy to find a mustard pair of pants and then like a navy blue polo to go with that. I pulled up a calendar. Oh, that's easy. Scorpio in the house. Scorpio? The 29th is Libra. 10-2 and hi FL Rican. Oh, last week. Oh, okay. There was another Kira. You know what? There was another Kira with a whole other story, and you are not that Kira. I just remembered the other Kira. That Kira didn't. That Kira liked me initially and then didn't like me. So I had to check my calendar. I have a headache. Mine probably is partially caused by anxiety and stress too, but I'm sorry that you're experiencing that. My friend. That's a nice pairing. Mustard. I think they mean. Oh, they are Scorpio. What month is Scorpio? Is Scorpio? I don't know when Scorpio is, because I know that what just passed is Virgo. Don't worry about a thing. Oh, so Scorpio is after Libra. I'm not really huge on signs, to be honest with you. It's like You just talk to people enough that you just remember. You just remember and you kind of just repeat it. Me definitely getting a copyright notice. Try to find this stuff as quick as possible. The YouTube world does not believe that you should have music in anything, even though music is a big part of our lives. All right. Tylenol nasal spray. Nope, wrong aisle. Scorpio is October because I dated one and I never will again. See, that's usually the thing that I hear about certain stuff, because I've heard that people have told me the same stuff about Libras. They're like, oh, I know about y'all Libras. And really, I'm like, some of it's true and some of it's not, but like, is it true because I'm a Libra, or is it just true because there's good and bad parts? There's good parts and bad parts of a personality. And some...
Place your item in the bagging area. If you have your extra care card, please scan coupon now. Touch the continue button if finished. Your order contains an age-restricted item. Help is on the way.
I forgot. Oh. Oh. Thank you.
1258. Please select your payment method. Please wait. System processing. Swipe or insert card and follow instructions on PIN pad. Touch the continue button if finished. Please remember to take your receipt. Thank you for shopping at CVS. Please remove all bagged items. Scan coupon now. Touch the continue button if finished. Insert coupon into slot near the blinking light. Welcome. If you have your extra care card, please scan it now.
Yeah. So from where I am, Legoland, from where I live, I was working that day. So from where I live, Legoland, basically for me to get to Legoland on public transportation would not have been possible time-wise at the time of day it was. I think 10 o'clock that we were supposed to meet. And so, but if because it took me about an hour to drive to Legoland. if we had a meetup spot of Madison Square Garden, though, Madison Square Garden is like I just hop on a train that's right by my house, and then it's like a 30-minute train ride. So yeah, it would have been significantly easier to actually get to Madison Square Garden. But I guess in fairness, I could have just said, where are you located? I did kind of try to do that, but like, where are you located? And I'll tell you an easy place that I can meet you at and see if you can meet me there. You remember you remember me from yesterday? Oh, so you randomly, the algorithm sent you here randomly twice? Thank you, algorithm gods. Because my regulars know that the algorithm does not like me for whatever reason. I'm so depressed. I never got to try authentic NY pizza. So have some on behalf. If you're going to be anywhere near Penn Station, then, there's this pizza place. I can't remember. I think it's called Bravo Pizza. And it's 33rd Street. I mean, you can look it up. It's called Bravo Pizza. The pizza there is probably best pizza I've ever had in my life. If I've had any better, I don't remember. Best that I can remember. Edison Hotel. I'll definitely get some pizza. Yeah, so I'm assuming that if you're in that area, well, Manhattan it could be anywhere. You could be if you're on 42nd Street or 34th Street, either of those, like the popular areas, you're close enough to get there. And also depending on how much walking that you're willing to do. Yeah. Where are you from, by the way? Where are you coming from? Where are you going to be coming to New York from, is my question. I remember this ice cream store. All right, let me take this Tylenol now. Georgia. I lived 1 year. I can't even tell you which part of Georgia this is, but I lived 1 year in Covington, Georgia. It's pretty cool over there. So I grew up in Canada. I don't know why that came out that way. Canada. And then when I left Canada, I went to Massachusetts. From Massachusetts, I came to New York. And when I came to New York, it was a culture shock for me. Because it was so different. The demographics were different. The people were different. Everyone was a lot less friendly. There was just different everything. It was noisier. But then I've been here for a while. So I had this brief period of time where I spent that year in Georgia. And when I first got to Georgia, I was now so used to how New York is that now Georgia became that culture shock for me. What do I need? Okay. I hope this Tylenol kicks in soon. I'm going to be on here for another 5 minutes, but like I said, I can't guarantee you guys that I'm going to be on here at 11 p.m. or whenever today's episode ends, because it's so late. But if the feeds come back on, well, when the feeds come back on, if anything worth talking about happens before the episode, I'll definitely come on and talk about that. But I doubt it, because we already know like what's about to be what. I think it's just a matter of who Vince is gonna choose to eliminate, I guess. I don't know. Oh, I guess it's just gonna be the veto ceremony where Morgan is just gonna keep the noms the same, and then Thursday is going to be Vince's vote to evict Ashley or Ava. I can't. Am I gonna live stream during the finals? I can do that. I've pretty much have done that for the past 3 years. But if you mean, am I gonna stream? Am I gonna show the actual thing while I'm streaming? No, YouTube is very strict with that. I don't usually do panels during the finale, but I could possibly do a panel before the finale starts. Yeah, YouTube does not allow it. Actually, I probably have done a finale during, a panel during some finale, but it's just like my schedule is way different than it used to be. So these late night streams are just not a thing for me anymore. Modcast on Monday. Yeah, Modcast on Monday. Schools are open again in the UK. Schools are open here as well, aren't they? Yeah, well, I tried that and they blocked that also. You were probably on that stream that I tried it on, because somebody told me about doing the mirroring and I tried it. Still took it down. And I think they hit me with a copyright strike, which I think that copyright strike is erased now, because I think that they had this thing. It was like YouTube etiquette program. I don't know what it was called. I'm just making up a name, but they created something where you watch some instructional videos and then you sign some documentation saying that you understand all the copyright protocols, and then they say if you have a clean channel and no copyright strikes for 6 months, then your copyright strike gets erased. So I did that. I watched the videos. I did what I had to do. I didn't get any copyright strikes for 6 months. And then my copyright strike that I already had got erased, which is excellent, because copyright strikes used to just sit on your channel. Like once you got one, you're stuck with it indefinitely. And you have one and you only get 3 total before they deactivate your channel. I want to say it was like 1 is a warning. I want to say 2 was like they take away your monetization, and then 3 is just you can't use your channel anymore. I wake up earlier than 7:30. I have to be at work at 8 o'clock. So I have to be up by like 6 o'clock to make sure that I can get there at 8. Hard. Tough. It's tough for me because I'm not a morning person. And like, I do wake up, but there's a difference between waking up and being up for me. yes, I wake up. I open my eyes at 5 o'clock, but I'm still chilling. I'm not doing anything significant or meaningful at 8. I mean, it's at 5. Sorry. Hi, Melissa. I guess I don't know what the average time is to wake up for school. I don't know. There is no average time. If you're talking about like high school, then I believe probably most people get to school like 8 o'clock, something like that. That's what school was for me, 8 o'clock to 3 or something like that. But if you're talking about college, my schedule was, some days I had 8 o'clock classes, some days I had 10 o'clock classes. Like, my schedule was a mixed bag. Sometimes I had night classes. I remember I had an astronomy class that was once a week on Thursdays, and the class was from like 7 o'clock to 9:30, and I found that to be absurd. Like, it was cool because, in a sense, because I had a morning class, and then I had all day to just kind of chill and do homework or relax or whatever. But then I had this dread that in the evening, 7 p.m., I had to go back out to class and be there for a long time. But I chose that because I could have taken a class that was 1 hour class and I had to do it 2 or 3 days a week. But I was like, oh, this is convenient. I can take this class 1 day a week. But we had to do so much because we had to do the class and then we also had to do the lab in the same day. Class and lab. Hated it. But I loved the fact that it was only 1 day, so I sacrificed. I can tell you always doing early lives. The reason I do early lives, well, I'm not even going to say why I always do early lives. I'll just say yes. School usually starts between 7:30 and 8, depending on the school. For me, it started at 7:55. Buses picked people up at 6:30. You get picked up a lot by the yellow ones. I woke up later in the day in high school. So in high school, I lived in a dorm. So I was never picked up by the bus to go to school. In elementary school, I was also not picked up by the bus. I was either dropped to school, and then when I was about, I want to say 10, maybe earlier than that, maybe like 8 or 9, I started either walking to school or taking my bike. To walk to school, let me see, I want to say my school was probably approximately 2 to 2.5 miles from my house. And I volunteered to walk there because when my parents weren't able to take me, they started to set up their friends picking me up. And friends picking me up, my parents' friends picking me up was different than mom and dad picking me up. Because if I was dragging my feet, even if my mom or dad was upset that I was dragging my feet, they were going to wait for me. And we were going to leave together. Because the other alternative was me not going to school. But when my parents' friends were picking me up, they would say, tell your son that he's got to be ready to go at like 6:30, which meant I had to wake up way earlier than when my parents took me, because we would leave at like 7:30. So sometimes they would complain that either I made them wait, or one time one of my dad's friends just flat out left me. She didn't honk the horn, ring the doorbell, and nothing. She just said, Mark has to be outside in my car at 6:30. I got out there like 6:40 maybe. She was gone. She wasn't lying. And I told my dad scolded me, and I told my dad, like, I'm never going with her again. I think that was actually the thing that drove me to start walking and riding my bike, because I'm somebody who, I do not like having to depend on anyone for anything. So if I could do it myself, I preferred the 45 minute walk or the 20 to 25 minute bike ride to having to be up at 6:30. My school, okay, next semester I only have classes Tuesday, Thursdays. UK buses, you had to pay the buses. Mine was about a quarter of a mile. You had to pay the ride to bus for school. Interesting. Okay, I'm about to get off this thing. My mom worked at my high school, so I had to be up at 6 because she had to be up at... one of those. I remember the kids in my schools that had parents that worked in their school, and they used to get picked on all the time. And sometimes the teachers, especially the ones that ended up going into the classes that their mom or dad was working in, the teacher was like, their parent was harder on them as a teacher. My dad was a teacher in my first year of college, but he was teaching stuff, but I wasn't in any of his classes, but everybody knew him because he was already teaching at that school for 4 years, I think, before I started there. So everyone knew him before me. And they were like, you're Professor Agboka's son? He had like a 4-year stint as a teacher. And one of those 5 years as a teacher. And one of those 5 years, I was in that school my first year of college. Tuition was super cheap because it was a local school, and he worked there. So, and I wasn't on campus obviously because I lived with my folks. So it's like 80% off of the tuition for the year, which was already cheap. The tuition was like, I want to say tuition was like $5,000, maybe like $5,000 per semester. It was 2 semesters and it was $5,000 per semester, and so 80% off. It's about $1,000 each semester for my first year of college. Just paid it straight, no bills. Matter of fact, I think I also got a little bit of a scholarship too for my ACT score. So I did the ACT, and I think that I got like a little more off. So I think for the whole year was about $1,500 for that whole year. The following year, my school cost $25,000. I did get scholarship and grant money for that $25,000, but it still came out to about, okay, there was room and board included in that, so that wasn't just the tuition. The tuition might have been $20,000 of that. And then I think that I got about $8,000 off and owed like about $12,000. But all my loans is paid. I paid off my loans. I don't know why I was so much better with money when I first got out of school. But somebody told me that most, like 70% or something like that, of people die with their student loans. And I was like, I'm going to be part of the 30. I'm going to be part of the 30 that pays off their student loans before they die. And I paid it off in like 2 years, 3 years, 2 to 3 years, 2 or 3, one of those. The Tylenol has helped my headache slightly. Maybe I need to give it a bit more time, or maybe I need a nap. Maybe both. Find out on the next episode of Big Brother. I actually can't wait to meet some of this cast next year. Vince, Morgan. I don't know. They might not like my jokes. They might come out and find my stuff on Reddit. This Mindful Reality guy was posting up all this stuff, all these videos of y'all. With funny music in the background. Alright, enjoy your dinner. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell to get notified of when I drop some more great content. Thank y'all. Have a great day.